Hey, Sammy.
Yo, Doko,
What's poppin'?
how we doing? How we doing?
Yeah, chillin'.
We
Uh,
chilling.
procrastinating a little bit. It took a little while for us to actually start recording today, but
What
not
are we
complaining.
even recording?
First episode of Kickback.
Kickback.
Ooh,
Ooh.
colon 3. My favorite
Semicolon
fucking podcast in the world.
Exactly.
Instead
So,
instead of making music, we make it with our mouths, I guess.
mouths is our instruments as well.
Yeah. So you want to start us off with our first topic?
Yeah, so I guess most of you guys already know who this beautiful man is and who this very ugly man is. But
if you're
maybe
ugly, I don't know what I am.
but maybe we should talk a bit about who we are, right? For the people that don't really know us.
Yeah,
so
so
well.
if you don't know the two beautiful, gorgeous, shining examples of what it is to be a man in this world right in front of your eyes, at least for me, I'm Noko. I'm a NA and EU DJ on VR Chat. I'm also a small producer, streamer, and small-time voice actor. And I also happen to be friends with this guy.
With MK Sammy, the funny hardstyle DJ from Germany. I've been DJing for since 2021. I've been DJing on and off.
Damn.
But I only started with VR Chat in May 2022. Yes. And we both kind of do the funny hard music, right? The funny boom boom.
I like to say I'm a very big ambassador of hard dance and hard music to US venues.
Oh yeah.
Try to play it when I can, because it's definitely not as big over here as it is over
here. Yeah.
The other lands.
That's how I kind of met you as well. I was very surprised when I learned about your music taste, because you don't often meet US people that are into the European side of hardcore,
yeah,
the Dutch side of hardcore, basically.
Yeah. All of Europe is just Dutch. That's
and
how
German.
it goes. Dutch and German. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was my interest in hard dance music definitely started in, I'd say 2019. I'd see it in YouTube videos in the background and hear about it here and there, but I never knew what it was. I just know that it tickled my brain in the right way, where I was just what is this? I need more of it. And it wasn't until I went to my first rave in VRC where I really saw a lot of it from all over, whether it's hardcore, J-core, hardstyle, whatever. There was my first rave, which happened to be VTVR in 2021, going into 2021, going into 2022. I don't know, man. It was crazy. Something about it just sparked something up inside of me, and I was like, I want to play this music as a DJ. And yeah, and then it was just fucking history from there.
That's so funny, because I got to hard dance very differently, because so in 2020 I turned 16, and before the whole COVID shit happened, me and my mom, we wanted to go to an EDM festival, and that EDM festival happened to have a hard dance stage.
Damn.
And I didn't know what the fuck this kind of music was before, right? And I was just going through their lineup and looking at who's playing, and I was like, yo, Martin Garrix, yo, Dimitri Vegas, and Mike, yo, Steve Aoki, the music, the normal EDM.
Yeah.
And
Like
then I
kind of
was
surface level stuff.
Yeah, exactly. The thing you start listening to and then you develop to up tempo. Yeah, but
Yeah.
anyways, and then I scrolled across the lineup and I saw someone named Dr. Peacock. I was
Oh,
like, interesting. I clicked on this like story highlight of the lineup where they had songs of everyone, and Dr. Peacock came up, and I still remember it was "Trip to Italy" that they used as
oh, Trip
the
to
song.
Italy.
That was
That's
the first hard dance song I heard, and I was like, "This is fucking shit." I didn't like it at all. I was like, bruh, this is not music. What the fuck? Let me go listen to my house music instead. And yeah, then it wasn't until like I showed that my mom. I showed that to my mom, and my mom was like, "Yo, back in my day, I listened to that kind of music," and I was like, "What the
really,
fuck?" Yeah.
really,
And
that's
then
crazy.
she showed me old school Anger Fist. Was like, "This is the kind of
Oh,
music I listened to back in my days." I was like, "Yo, what the fuck? What kind of drugs did you do?"
yeah. What
I
shit were you
didn't.
taking, and where can I get it,
Yeah,
dude?
exactly. But then, yeah, I don't remember how exactly it happened, but over time I came to like it a lot. I then like started to listen to like normal hardstyle. The Tweakers really got me into it at some point.
Yeah. The Tweakers are really
Mm.
good, very good.
Like
Um,
they're kind of like the first hardstyle DJ that many people listen to, I think, like because they do this softer hardstyle, this party hardstyle, which I still like.
yeah, like sort of like gym hard style that you see a lot of people like on their playlist at like the gym and stuff like that. Listen to in the car. They're not like out there partying to it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Um,
Which
yeah.
doesn't mean that you can't party to it.
Oh,
Like
of course
I
not.
saw that Tweakers live this DEF CON this year, and it was like very emotional for me, kind of, because
Yeah.
they got me into this whole shit. And I finally saw them live, and yeah, it was awesome. But the first hard dance event I've ever been to was a Sapphire concert in 2020, actually,
Oh, dude.
with like a COVID-approved thing. But yeah, it was super fun. That's why I'm very like emotionally attached to Sapphire.
Oh, dude, same here. It's there's very few artists like I love music, and I know you can definitely relate. Like there's a lot of good artists out there. There are very good songs that I will fucking pump my fist and bang my head to. But there are very few artists out there that can generally like make you feel a certain way when you listen to their song. Like you listen to it and it genuinely like affects your whole like being, and like in a good way, like in a good way.
Exactly. Sapphire, someone like that. Sorrel, definitely.
Oh, Cyril.
Yeah.
Cyril is definitely more of like a nostalgia trip for me because I used to growing up. I actually listened to a lot of Nightcore. I was that kid. I was that kid in the corner
Yeah.
who was listening to Nightcore remixes of sad romance songs and stupid emo shit. But honestly, before hard dance, it's weird. I went from like faster to slower to faster again because I played Osu for many years, which is if you don't know what Osu is, it's a circle rhythm game that's free to play where you download songs and you click circles to the beat of the song. And I liked playing a lot of the fast maps, and a lot of the fast maps were songs by Kobario, Camellia, Renard, the Quick Brown Fox, very fast-paced speed core, splitter core type songs. And I don't know, there was something about that really just like got me into it.
Yeah.
And actually, there's a couple Dr. Peacock songs that are mapped out in Osu and I think are
really?
ranked. Yeah. Because I didn't know about Dr. Peacock at all until like 2020. And it was Dr. Peacock and also Cepha that really got me into things. I was like, one of the first songs I saw. I remember I was talking with my buddy Adam, who used to run events with me at a small club. And we were working on our sets together. I was helping him out because I had a controller, but he was on desktop. And, we would give each other pointers on whether we thought our mixes were good just because we were both starting out. And, he was showing me his mix, and then this song came on, and I was like, what the fuck is that?
Oh.
And it was Trip to Valhalla.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was Trip to Valhalla, and I was like,
Adam
Who?
mixed Dr. Peacock? I thought he's more like a techno dude.
Well, this was early sewer days, so this is like when we
Uh,
first started out. Um,
uh,
yeah, he would mix a lot of hardcore stuff. This was actually for something I can segue into is really how you and I met each other,
I
which
thought about
was
that. Yeah.
yeah, which was through a club known as the Sewer. It's still around. It's going under a revamp right now, but back then
Oh, really?
it was a very 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 small club. Um, in the EU side of the VR chat rave scene, and me and said buddy Adam came up with an event idea called Manslaughter Monday, which was essentially a very hard Monday event because all the hard events, at least on the EU side, were on Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday, but there was not a lot of stuff happening on Monday, which still is kind of the case. I can't really think of many things that happen on a Monday,
Well,
even in
there's
the NA scene.
events, but
Yeah, here and there. But yeah, then you ended up playing on our first rendition of Manslaughter Monday, and that's how we started meeting and talking, and then it just kind of spiraled from there.
When was that? That must have been like last year, September-ish, November-ish. Definitely
Yeah.
last year.
It was. I think it had to have been around October or September because I remember I actually played the VTVR New Year's 2022. And I only got in there because I went into that. I started with the sewer. Yeah.
Yeah. Funny, which is funny enough, because I also used to do events in the sewer, right? I did my Freaky Friday.
Yeah, Freaky Friday.
for some
I remember
time.
that. I could never make
Yeah.
those times because I was still in school at the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's super fun. Like, sewer, very good memories.
Oh, dude, it's shit that I'll like never think about. Like if I somehow ever make it to like, like the level of like Dr. Peacock or Cephei, it'd be really funny to tell people who are like, where did you start out? Like, what
in
was your
VR chat.
inspiration? Yeah, I started in VR chat in the sewer. Well, what the fuck does that mean?
What the fuck? Yes. People are gonna be like, what the fuck are you taking, bruv?
What are you on and where can I get a lot of it, dude? Like, what? But yeah,
Yeah.
sewer was a great place, great memories, and hopefully, it comes
We're gonna
back
get
up.
on track, maybe. You said
Yeah.
they're going to the revamp? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, no. So I can at least tell you from a little sneak peek of the staff side, because I still am staff there. I said I would still help out. We definitely are trying to revamp everything. It's just a matter of whether Pigeon, who is the owner, has the time to start planning stuff out and getting everything together.
Cool.
Yeah, he plans on revamping the whole server, even making a bot for bookings to automate everything to make it easy, which is
Oh.
really nice.
What for booking? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, so good things are on the horizon.
Yeah.
Speaking
And
of...
after... Oops, sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, speaking of on the horizon, I just wanted to segue into what the future is for this podcast. Why are we
the
doing it?
horizon.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
What's it about? I mean, we've teased it a couple times on Twitter so far. There was the first time we just tweeted kickback, and then we actually made the account a few days ago, and then actually added the account on our accounts. And and then December 1st, it's everywhere. Anything MK, Sammy, or Noko related, December 1st is there.
It's this, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it's this day, the day you're seeing it. Merry December 1st.
Yeah,
New holiday.
Merry Esther Advent to the German people. Or to the Europe. I don't know if that's a European thing or a German thing. Whatever. Yeah, so we've basically been planning this for like a month.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit over a month.
Yeah.
Which is really funny because I initially got the idea while taking a shit. You always get those ideas while taking a shit. No, I was listening to a podcast by two hard dance DJs, two small hard dance DJs that do like IRL stuff, like they don't in VR chat or anything. They do IRL clubs. Those exist. Yeah. And I thought it would kind of be fun to do something like that for VR, because there are some VR chat podcasts already. But I think the unique thing about this podcast is gonna be that, like, um, we have both the European and the North American kind of view on everything.
Exactly,
'Cause
exactly.
LA,
Yeah,
we can kind of combine the two scenes here,
exactly.
inform the NA people about our shit, and you can inform
It's
us
like a
about
bridge
your
between the
shit.
two communities, which is great.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, you know, we can talk about, which is perfect because if something happens in the NA scene, you can expect it to have like be covered in the podcast. If something happens in the EU scene, you can expect it to be covered in the podcast, which is great. So it's like we can talk about news, song releases, updates about like the scene, just overall anything related to hard dance or VR chat, EU and NA, mainly pertaining to the harder venues because you know we
Because
could
that's
talk
kind of what
about
we're going for. Yeah.
exactly. It's like I'm not really gonna talk about the how some rhythm DJ was jerked off at X club and this happened. Like, no harm to rhythm. I love rhythm.
Yeah,
but-
exactly. That's also something to keep track of. Maybe like we are coming from the harder sides of music, even though you were doing like a little more variation sometimes.
Yeah. I play house every
I-
now and then, and
Exactly.
but I tell people I use it all the time. House to speedcore. It's a spectrum. Anything.
Yeah, but we don't hate on other music, or like everything we say that may sound like hate towards other music is mostly jokes, I would say.
Yeah. Of course,
Um,
of course.
And yeah, like if it comes to VR chat, we could talk about like all the clubs, but that would also take up a lot of time because there are like so many VR chat clubs, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like we have the most knowledge in the hard area of music, so that's also what we're
Yeah,
gonna focus
I definitely
on.
think we're you and I are definitely involved, very much involved, just not in a sense of just playing, just even hanging out and being at
Yeah.
the harder clubs within both the EU and the US scene. I mean, we see each other at basically every club when there's a hard event. Like, it's great.
Basically.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's what you can sort of expect from this podcast. You know, opinions on music, our view on the scene.
And also maybe sometimes a little bit of the IRL hardcore scene as well.
Oh, true. Yeah, of course. Like if
News about that, news about new music from like IRL artists,
yeah.
bigger
Like
artists, whatever.
if like we could even talk about like new shows that are happening around the area. So like if Lil Texas is headlining at EDC, I mean you're gonna know about it here. But if you and from other sources, but if for somehow you missed that, you heard it here. Yeah, no, like because there is very much, unfortunately, very much in your area of the world, there's a lot more live events when it comes to hard music compared to the US.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
There are areas, but it's still very niche. Like you really only see it in the underground area
It's
or
becoming
at
a little
like
bit more. I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like in recent years. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Ultra Miami had a hardcore stage, didn't they? Or a hard dance stage?
I think they did. Yeah. Which is great because no matter what, like seeing any form of hardcore, like people hate on Lil Texas all the time for his music, but honestly, I don't give a shit about his music. I'm just happy that there is like a fucking hardcore / up-tempo producer in the NA scene who is playing at like the big leagues. Like it shows that it's possible. You just have to like really grind for it because you know you're competing with house, techno, and dubstep. Like I'd say those are the three biggest main genres that are within the US scene right now.
And rhythm, right?
Well, rhythm falls under that dubstep category
Yeah,
because
okay.
there's like dubstep, tear out, rhythm,
okay,
like all those other ones. It's
You
sort of
can
like a
see I'm
big
not an
umbrella. Yeah. I mean, genres are stupid, but at the same time, it's good to classify music.
I mean, yeah, genres are stupid and they are supposed to mingle a little bit more because it's more fun if we
Yeah, of course.
mix shit together. But I think they're good in the sense of that, like, you're gonna know what's
Exactly.
gonna happen. Like, when I go to DEF CON, I know I'm getting hard style.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's kind of
Even
like
though
when you
they had
read
a
the back of the
Psytrance
book, so you know what you're getting yourself into. You know, it's nice to have that, like, okay, this is a dubstep song. I can expect wow, 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 like, or this is a hardstyle track. I can expect boom, 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 boom. You know, it's good. As a DJ, I definitely think genres are good for categorizing music. It makes our jobs just that much easier.
Yeah.
Because if genres didn't exist, oh my god, it'd be so hard to find music.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Endlessly scrolling through SoundCloud or Beatport.
Yeah, DJing is not as easy as it seems sometimes.
Yeah,
Which
but
starts the question: why do we even do this?
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can at least speak from my side of things. I for one, music has always been around my entire life. You know, everything that I really did enjoy revolved around music. And at least in VR chat, I've been here since 2017. I think my account is registered that it started in like 2018, January 1st. So I've been here for a while. And in the rave scene, once I discovered that, it was just like, you know, some switch flipped in my brain that I wanted to become a DJ. And I do it for the music, and I do it to see lots of people just vibe out to good tracks that I enjoy, and even maybe sometimes that I create. Like, I'm really in for the music. I really do enjoy this for the music, because I've discovered some artists I've never would have ever even known about unless I started DJing.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. For me, it's different in the sense that I wanted to DJ before I even knew the VR chat rave scene existed. Like, I got my DJ deck for Christmas in 2021. I got my DDJ 400, which I still use. I love it. I do want a bigger one though, hopefully soon. And yeah, I started practicing on and off, and during the COVID times, like some big DJs did like Twitch and YouTube streams. The Tweakers and GPF especially, which is great because they're like those two are some of my favorite like producers. Which is funny enough because I got to know about GPF through the Tweakers because of their remix of Frozen. That was the first uptempo track I ever heard, and I was like, this is so fucking stupid. This is so fucking funny. I love it. Anyways, so I got to the GPF Twitch stream because of that. And at some point, they did a community events where they had people from the community DJ before GPF started like taking over. Basically like a Twitch raid train. And I got messaged by one of the mods on the Discord, on the GPF Discord. Massive shout out, the GPF Discord is one of the best communities ever.
Oh, I fucking love it, dude.
Yeah, I was messaged by one of the mods, and he was like, yo Sammy, I saw you got a DJ deck for Christmas. Do you want to join in on the fun? And I was like, I said no. I said I want to practice a little bit, maybe next edition. And then I really learned how to do it a little bit because my first mix was horrible. But yeah, my first mix was then May 27th on the GPF Twitch raid train in 2022.
Wow.
That was my first ever live set. And I basically played support for GPF.
That's fucking crazy. Your first mix, you were playing support for GPF.
Yeah, and it was so bad compared to my mixes nowadays.
Yeah. Well, I mean, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been almost 2 years for both of us. I mean, like, I think back to when I first started mixing was I didn't touch the VR rave scene. Like, I went to events, but I never, ever would like think of playing shows. I literally took like a whole year because I was like, I want to take a whole year to learn how to properly, you know, put together some mix. And even in that year, I was still shit because I wasn't going out there. I wasn't expanding genres. I was just doing the same shit. My first mix was posted. Oh my god, where is it? I have the date for it. a year ago at least. That was the first mix I posted to SoundCloud, and it was a Gabber Disco set. And I always go
Gabber
back and
Disco.
listen to that. Oh, Gabber Disco is a great artist.
Oh, that's an artist. I thought it was like the two genres mixed together.
Oh, I mean, honestly, it's a mind fuck because Gabber Disco, you know the Speed Freaks? You might have heard of them.
I know the name. I think.
Yeah. So they collab a lot, and they make take 2000s era memes and media, and basically mix it into like a hardcore / Gabber song, and that's Gabber Disco. That was my first experience with mixing. Was that?
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, but I always go back and look at that little I think it's like a 20-minute mix, and I'm like, god damn, I've come far. Like I always like doing that.
When I listened to my first mixes, the fun, which I didn't even mention, like how I got into VR chat, like from Twitter and VR chat. The funny thing is, I basically did VR chat raves. I wouldn't really call it raves, but I did like pre-made mixes in FL Studio before I got my DJ controller, and I have been doing that since 2020. And I did those pre-made mixes, and I used to like render them into YouTube videos and pop them into Club Orion video players.
Oh yeah.
And it worked. It worked so fucking well. Like there were like 50, 60 people at points. And at that time I didn't know that like Vanguard existed, Vibe Tribe existed, all that already existed. And then at one of those parties, there was a small little bear avatar that showed up. And he told me about the magic of live mixing.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Merles if people didn't understand.
Yeah, Merles.
But,
we love
yes.
Merles.
And then Merles took me to HiveMind, the very first edition, which was still in Club Orion.
Wow.
And that was the moment I fucking knew that I want to do this, because it was so fucking awesome. Like, seeing Merles mix live was honestly game changing for me. Because I thought like, yo, I can do this live. I don't have to do pre-recorded shit. I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah.
And that's why I still kind of see Merles as my mentor nowadays. Which is why I'm so fucking proud that he's playing at fucking Shelter.
I know, dude. If you
when
guys...
you see this, he's gonna play tomorrow. You better fucking go there.
Shout out to Merles, man. He really deserves that spot at Shelter. He's probably one of the most dedicated like hosts and staff. I really want to say he's a huge pillar at Subsystem and Hardbox.
Yeah.
And not to mention just a great DJ.
Oh yes.
Like this is definitely been a long time coming. He definitely deserves that spot, and let's go, man. You got this. Ow.
And he was also the first dude to ever book me into a bigger event. And
really?
HiveMind. Yes, HiveMind edition 3 or 4. I don't remember which one it was, but that was my first like gig at a real club where I was booked. And it was fucking hell, my tracking. It was a blast. I still remember that. And there's still a Twitter post of me playing Fuck the System by Shortstick on there. On Twitter floating around from way back. And that's one of my favorite memories in VR chat that I've made, playing HiveMind. Book me again, man! I wanna play HiveMind again! It's been over a year.
Oh my god. Dude, that's fucking crazy. There was a period of time where like before I like knew how to get into the clubs, I would go into like old black cat lobbies. This was like kind of before like trolling was super big. And I just went up onto the microphone and I would use Voicemeeter to route my audio from my record box into my mic.
Oh yeah.
And then people
Microphone
would be
DJs.
like, I was a microphone DJ, and people were like, play this, play that. And then I would do little parties for my friends, or some of my friends I've known for like 4 or 5 years on this game. Like we would have like Christmas parties and shit, and and Halloween parties. And I would DJ because the world had like a booth where you could talk out to the whole crowd, and that's what I used to DJ. And that's actually how I met Adam, and then that all spiraled from there. Which yeah, microphone DJ days. Definitely never want to go back.
No, never. But good memories.
Yes, good memories.
Very good memories. Same for me. I never want to become an FL Studio DJ again, but it was great times.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then from Hive Mind on, everything kind of snowball effect. At some point, I got into VTVR. VTVR was the first like real club event outside of like Hive Mind, like with an own actual club. Like because Hive Mind was back in that day was still in Orion. VTVR was the first ever actual club I've been in. Like,
Yeah.
from the scene. It was the Vibe Breakout map with the drill and the
Oh
prison.
yeah, fucking love that map.
And yeah, that's the first event I've been to out of the scene with like an own club. And that's why it was so crazy for me when I recently DJ'd on that map, because I was like, yo, this is where it all began.
Dude, that's I had that same feeling. My first my debut. This is probably was like one of my most emotional sets in VR, was definitely my debut at VTVR. It was the 2-year anniversary on top of that.
Oh, yes.
And
I remember.
yeah, I think, were you on that lineup?
Yeah, I was in Atlanta.
Yeah, you were. I think you played before me.
Yeah, I played before.
Yeah. So I
You
remember
closed-
that was one of the first days we actually like talked and like had fun and like hung out together. We were drinking our asses off. I was so drunk. I think I remember saying some shit like, I'm not gonna make it to my set. I'm not gonna make it to my
But you
set.
smashed it.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. And at the end of that set, I played one of the few artists that also can make my heartstrings get plucked, Porter Robinson. I played Wind Tempos by Porter Robinson. I ended with like this nice slow piano, and it was just, I just started fucking bawling my eyes out on the decks. Just pure joy, man. Because, 2021, it was, I was actually talking with Timboy and Realm about this. I saw their sets on New Year's, and it was the same venue, Vibe Runner, same venue.
Yeah.
I think that's like, when it comes to the journey you have as a VR chat DJ, I think it's really important to remember where you've come from and where you are now, because like if you don't remember those two things, you really lose yourself in just thinking about like getting to the next big goal. Like it's good to have goals. Like my next goal for the next year is I want to play at Shelter, and seeing people like Medlish, Merles,
Gives you hope, kind of. Yeah.
It seeing my homies get on is both awesome and gives me hope. I mean, like you just said, yeah.
When Tessa played, like Tessa, yes, was it
Tessa as well.
Yeah,
Tessa, yes.
she played up tempo.
She played up-tempo. Yeah.
Shelter. I
was
was like, okay,
talking with
now
her.
it's time.
I hit her up because I was like, up tempo? I gotta hit her up. Like, how the fuck did she get on there? And she told me basically like her whole like way that she ended up getting on there, and it's really just getting out there and knowing people. I see, and same with Medlish. And I also talked with Timboy about that too, because Timboy is, Timboy, I'd like to say, is probably, at least when it comes to the EU scene, one of the most known DJs out there. Like
One of the most influential ones.
Of course, like his branding, you see it in a lot of places. He's played all over. I mean, he's one of the few DJs that can say they've played for like a partnered VR chat rave, which is like, I feel like that's like when it comes to like end game level shit, like that's like at the top. There's not much you can get above that.
No, definitely not.
Same with Realm. Like Realm is very much like up there as well, but it's funny because now you never see people like that playing as much anymore, which sucks.
I feel Timboy is gaining some momentum again.
Yeah, I definitely think I don't know if it's for certain, but I feel like he took a break at some point from playing because you see him playing again. I mean, we had him at
Hmm.
VTVR,
Yeah,
last Sound
He
Empire.
moved. He moved apartments,
Yeah.
so that's why he.
Oh, that makes
Um,
sense. That makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah. But yeah, no, he threw down an amazing set at VTVR. Which also I'll leave a link to VTVR, Hive Mind, and any clubs that we
You're
mentioned.
talking about, yeah,
Yeah. We'll leave links to those. So if you want to check them out, link in the description of SoundCloud and YouTube. Which if
we
you're
haven't played
listening,
yet.
yeah, we haven't at this moment in time. We have not made yet. But when you're seeing this, they will be linked in both descriptions.
Yes,
Um,
definitely. That's
cool.
the funny part about like Timboy as well. If we coming back to that,
Mhm, mhm.
because like back when I started and I first heard about Timboy and I first saw him, I was like, "Yo, this is a celebrity."
Yeah, that's
And
that's
now, yeah,
exactly what I felt too. Like seeing him play in front of all those people, I was like, this guy is crazy.
yes, yeah.
I remember exactly too. Like it's crazy. I can literally remember the exact like things that happened when I came into that instance too. Was like I came in my Naruto avatar that was very poor, and there were VM came up to me and they were like, "Oh, can you change avatars, please?" And I was like, "Okay." And then I remember seeing like Realm sitting down with his two controllers out like this while his set was going on. And I was like,
Uh,
what the fuck is going on? Like I didn't understand shit, but then when it clicked, I was like, oh shit, these are DJs.
yes.
Yeah. Um yeah, no, VTVR always a good time. It's one of those few venues where, and I was actually talking about this with some people today, where you see not only do you see like the common community members that are there and the staff are always there, but you see the DJs too. The DJs hang out there too, which you don't always see. I mean, especially in like the NA scene, you'll see a DJ pop in for a set on desktop, maybe not even in VR, and then just pop out right after a set. He never goes around, says anything to anyone. Like, I barely do that myself. Like, there's very few clubs I'll do that because, I don't know, I guess it's just like, it's a cultural difference or something between the two scenes. Because I see
Which
that a
is
lot more
interesting.
in the EU, where like you'll have, like for example, like and maybe it's easier for me because I'm US, but even people like I see you, like you'll show up to Sound Empire maybe like 30 minutes late or something, but like you stay there till you're set.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because
Yeah,
I enjoy the event itself, right?
exactly.
I love it. And that difference is pretty interesting because like maybe a little bit of real life information. I am studying like English at university, and I do a lot of cultural things as well. And it's funny because like I did a work like a paper once on like American society, some topic, blah blah blah, and the it basically often seems like people from the US are way more outgoing than people from Germany. Like
Really?
IRL. Yeah. To me, it seems that way all the time because like there's kind of like the stereotype of Germans that we like are very reserved and we
Mm-hmm.
don't really we're not outgoing at all.
It's funny
While
because like IRL, like I know nothing about Germany, so me thinking and hearing this is like, whoa, wait, really? It's like that? Like, because all the people I know from Germany are so like
there
you are
is
so
this
just chill and nice.
yeah there is this meme of the guy in America like getting a compliment at the cashier in the supermarket. Something like that would never happen in Germany.
Really?
No. We don't talk to strangers. We don't do these.
Really? So if I was to like, if I come over to
Or the
Germany
older
at some
generation,
point,
at least.
okay, yeah, because I was gonna say like if I
Fucking
see
hell.
like a store clerk with like a fucking Naruto hat and I'm like, thank you, nice hat.
Oh,
Like,
and then,
would that be weird? Would that be weird to them?
no, probably not. But like,
I mean, if they're older, that is.
yeah, the older generation tends to be more reserved. I feel like
Wow,
the
that's
younger generation
interesting.
is changing because like globalization and shit. Anyways, right? Like people tend to be more outgoing. And I'm fucking sorry, but I need to recalibrate.
Yeah, for people on YouTube, you get to see the glorious full body incidents that happen.
My tracking is shit. Anyways, okay, back to VR chat. Fuck real life.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no. I mean, Yeah, that's interesting. Like I just said though, it's like in VR chat, it's such a polar opposite. Like the US scene is everyone's very much reserved. You know,
Yeah.
you see people who like I once walked up to people to tell them the name of the track that was playing, and then they just ignored me, and then I
That's-
walk away, and then I start talking about me. They're like, "Man, that guy's a treasure trove of knowledge, I guess." Like I'm not standing 4 feet away from them, and then that shit just it pissed me off so much. It just I got off, and I didn't want to get on for the day. Like it's crazy to me. Like.
Mhm.
But then in the EU side, you know, you have like my first day at VTVR, I just kind of chimed into a conversation and the circle opened up and I immediately was allowed in to start like chilling with them. It was oh my goodness.
No, I'm honestly not sure if that's like about EU and NA differences or if that's more like a music community difference. I feel like the hard dance community is fucking amazing. Like I love the hard dance community. It's so open-minded compared to some other communities, which I won't name, but you're out there.
Yeah, you know who you are. Others do too. But that's the funny thing too, because it was MTC by Sarah. That was the song that was playing. So like people were dancing to like, you know, happy hardcore and shit, and then they were like, "Oh, I know the name of the song. What is it? What is it? What is it?" And it's like, "Oh, it's actually." They were like, "Oh, I think it's fucking hentai or something," and then it was like, "Oh no, it's actually MTC." Cricket, 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 cricket. Just like no response, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so things like that, it sucks. Like I very am much an advocate for positivity in this scene, because like one thing we'll get out of the way on this podcast right now is VR clout exists, and it very much exists, and it's a problem. Like I understand there are artists that play in this game that have a following, and that's fine. You can have, you know, somewhat of a brand and sort of, you know, status for your popularity. That's fine, but recognize that you're not the only fucking person who plays in the scene, you know? Like
Yeah.
there are very much other DJs out there who are as good, if not maybe even better than you or worse than you. It doesn't matter. You know, people are here just to play music on a Tuesday night at 3 a.m.
We just want to have fun.
Exactly. You know, none of us are getting paid for it.
Yeah. I mean, and that's like the only difference to like the real life scene, right? Like the
Yeah.
real life scene is basically the same. If you're a DJ IRL, you still like shouldn't be like.
Of course, you shouldn't be a
like,
dick, but
you're not God just because you play
Yeah,
at
yeah,
Defcon,
yeah.
right? And that's why I love GPF, by the way.
exactly. Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Is GPF
so
is one of those
fucking
few
cool.
artists that are very much like, in the best way I can put it, just human. Like he's nice. Like
Yes.
I've DM'd him a couple times. I know you talk with him every now and then. It's
Yeah,
like he's just a chill dude, and if you enjoy his music and interact with him, he's gonna talk to you just like anyone would outside of music. If you
Yeah.
enjoy someone, they're gonna enjoy you back. If you meld right.
At a recent event I was at a Halloween party. Shout out to everyone who's been there with me. And we got to see GPF, and I was so fucking drunk. At that night I was a little bit too drunk, sadly. But
Oh,
it was fun. And anyways, we got to see GPF, and as GPF usually does after his sets, he's coming down to the front row and taking pictures. And I was like going up behind him, and I was like massaging his head. Like through the mask, and he turned to me and he was like, "Oh, hi, Sammy," and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
that's fucking great, dude. That's fucking great.
And then he gave me a kiss through the mask.
Oh
Best
my
time of
god,
life.
dude.
Yeah.
See, that shit's just like it's so cool. Like, cause you have like, you know, I definitely a difference between that and like other genre communities. Like, if you were to go up, you wouldn't be able to go up behind most artists. They have like
Yeah.
4 security dudes around them.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
or they wouldn't even go into the crowd. They'd just be out there the second they're done.
I mean, look at the DJ Mac DJs. That's what I call them, like the mainstream DJs, right?
yeah,
Look
yeah.
at, not saying that they are bad people, but I mean, also they are way more popular. So I don't know if you can
Oh,
compare
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But like, someone like a Martian Garrix, wouldn't go up to a front row and be like, "Yo, guys, thanks for enjoying my set," blah blah blah.
Yeah, because this guy is playing in front of like 80,000, 60,000 people.
Mm,
So
yeah,
it's like even at like a small show, because he's so big that it's like it's a risk because there are bad people.
yeah.
Unfortunately, in any scene, there's always bad people.
Then again, though, people at DEF CON, like if you played the DEF CON main stage, you also play in front of 60 to 80,000 people.
No. Of course.
And yeah, like people
But
still do.
those artists too do kind of do the same thing. I mean, like you don't see Dr. Peacock like crowd surfing into the crowd at the end of his sets.
GPF did that. Well, they had the dick boat. You saw it, right?
Yeah. He got carried onto the stage. Oh
Again,
my god.
love them, both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Link to GPF below. Definitely. We'll link to the artist as well.
If you don't know GPF,
If you somehow don't know GPF, Dr. Peacock or Sepha, now
honestly,
you do.
tune away now. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. No, get out.
Go get a life. Improve your music taste.
Yeah. Shoot. Yeah, no, but definitely like whether it's IRL or in VR chat, there is very much a almost what I want to call it like a cultural difference between the scenes, which is fine. That's fine. You're going to have that. I mean, we're two different islands in one giant ocean. Even if we're connected through VR, it's still going to be different. You have people from all over. And especially the US. I mean, even the US scene itself, like I still see people in there from like Spain, South America, fucking a lot of Canadians in the US scene, surprisingly. There is no like Canadian scene or there is a South American scene. Yeah, hi,
I don't
Castle.
know any more Canadians.
Anyone else who's from Canada, hi. But yeah, you don't see like a Canadian scene. You don't see. There is a South American scene though. I have seen. There's definitely a South American scene. It's very, very, very small, but there is definitely a South American scene. Funny enough, I think they like a lot of D&B and like harder music actually, surprisingly. But then of course you have the EU scene and the US scene, who are definitely the two main dominant scenes in the VR chat scene, and pretty much the only scenes. So you're definitely of course gonna have some differences between people, but I find a lot of US people that I meet at the EU scenes are very nice, and a lot of the EU people I meet at the US scenes are not that nice.
Really?
Yeah, really. It you'd think coming from their own scene they'd be nice, but it seems they almost adapt more to the climate that the US scene has.
That's what you mean.
Yeah. And we're never gonna throw shade specifically, but there are definitely clubs out there that have a bad energy around them and just
Yes,
like drama. That's all I can say. It's just the word drama.
VR chat drama in general. That's one thing we do not want to get involved in any drama with this podcast, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We're not gonna talk about it, most likely.
Yeah.
If there's not like
100%.
some extremely big thing, like I don't know, some new VR chat update or something that's destroying everything.
Yeah, like maybe if they come out with another like update for the creator economy, which honestly we can talk about too. We can segue into that if you want, but like major updates. And keep in mind, we're just VR DJs who also play VR chat, we're DJs who also play VR chat and DJ in VR. We're not like, I don't read the fucking terms of service, but I've been hearing things about the terms of service and the creator economy. I think it's a good thing. I think it would be cool. I really hope they do like an update where they add like an in-game tip jar. Like I honestly I don't care if they take 50% of like an in-game tip jar, because it's so much easier if someone can look at me, see me DJ, and they like my stuff, and they click on me, click tip amount, and it just goes right through VR chat, versus like having to get out and like find like a donation link or go to my Ko-Fi or whatnot. Like, it's so much more mainstream to have something like that.
That's the
Streamlined,
funny
rather.
thing. the funny thing about that is when like the talk of earning money in VR chat first came up, people were shocked, like, oh no, this
Oh,
is
no
gonna ruin
way.
everything. And now that it's actually like on the way with creator economy, people are saying, what? VR chat takes 50% of the cut, even though it doesn't. It just takes 20% and 30% is taken by Steam.
Right. I
Um,
forgot about that. Steam and Meta, like, what the fuck?
yeah.
That
But
scares me. That scares me.
yeah, that's the stupid part. But that's what I think is funny. People are like, oh no, like money in VR chat monetization is gonna destroy everything. And now that it's coming, they're complaining that they don't get enough.
Yeah, exactly.
What the
It's
fuck?
yeah. I remember I posted I did engage in that whole Twitter fucking shebang drama bullshit of the VR DJs. And you know, coming from someone who's played IRL, I played a 30-minute set and I made $150. I've played 2-hour sets in VR chat and haven't made a single cent. Besides people who have donated to me through like Twitter and other stuff like outside of that. And to those people, thank you. But like it's still like people, it's almost like people don't understand that you get paid in the IRL scene. And I get it, it's not IRL, this is not IRL, it is as it's close, but it's not IRL. And I definitely think there definitely are deals that happen with bigger producers who are brought in who get paid by clubs.
Looking at some clubs, definitely.
But yeah, no, it's interesting. Like even like the idea of paying your DJs if you do monthly events like $5 a slot was like appalling to some people. Which is like, okay, well, no offense to hosts out there. There are many great hosts I know, but let's put it this way. These people took time to make mixes and whatnot and, you know, perform their set. And you just kind of have to wait for the day to come, make an announcement, and stay in the world for 4 to 5 hours. You know, it's like I think it would be fair to, you know, sort of give back to the DJs. And if there was a way, like, and I always say this, if there was a way to profitably, as well as, you know, without any sketchy business, run a VR chat club with paid events, I would love to do it. Because I would love to be able to, A, have a sustainable way to keep the club running, monetary wise, that is, and also pay out like staff, DJs, whatnot. You know, like, because honestly, like, think about it. Even if you're staffing for 2 hours, $2, $5, like, or like $5, $2, like, yeah, it's not a lot, but hey, you just made a little bit of money just for taking 2 hours of your time off in your free time, you know, after work. So, you know, it's not a lot, but it's just, why not? You know, it's just something interesting.
I think like the concept of paying a DJ or paying a staff member is like cool, but I feel like the problem is kind of that the VR set club scene just isn't at a point yet where I feel like you could make people actually pay.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's kind of the issue because donations and shit, fucking cool, fucking awesome. I have a coffee as well, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like at this point in time, it can't be mandatory to like get paid because there is no money coming in.
Exactly.
And that's fair. To be honest, I would not like buy a ticket to go to something like Vanguard, right?
Of course. Yeah.
Because it's just not the same as, which is a good thing. Like it's just something else, right? And we're giving people that don't have the money the opportunity to go to raves and learn music,
of course,
and shit. And that's what I'm scared of. Like I don't want clubs to be exclusive for people to only get in there by paying.
Like if it was an exclusive show by GPF, the Tweakers, fucking Safa.
Exactly.
Like,
that's what I mean.
That in VR, I would 100% pay for it. As someone who uses VR and is a VR consumer, I would pay for that. And that's why it's like, unless I had the resources, the know-how, and the connections to create that, I'm not going to create it. Because, like, there's no point. No one is going to, like I would like to. I would love to participate or create that, but it's just not going to happen. Not with the current climate of VR, not with the current things we have. So that means I have to spam GPF 27 times a day on Instagram or Twitter.
I already tried, man.
Oh my god. But no,
Shout out to
seriously.
GPF, who is definitely listening to this podcast.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
But I think the first time we saw like a major artist
Cyril, yeah.
try to do something was the Cyril event, which I heard, by the way, kind of went like derailed. I literally
I
walked
was
in on
there.
Timboy. I walked in on Timboy playing, and he was like, "Yeah, we were at the Cyril instance, but everything went to shit, so I just started
Yeah.
playing here."
Yes, I was there. It was pretty. The event started like what 90 minutes late or
Oh
something,
my god.
and the world was so badly optimized. Which, by the way, no hate towards the organizers. It's fucking amazing that this happened because it kind of
Yeah,
sets a
of
sign.
course. It's possible to get big names out there. Like if you,
Exactly.
I definitely think like, and I'll say this to people out there who are way bigger than us in the VR scene.
Hello,
If
Maz.
you could, yeah, hello, Maz.
Sorry.
Like if you have the team, the ability and the funding to do it, definitely think about trying to reach out to more mainstream artists, I guess, with the idea of doing these kinds of events. Because if we could start standardizing, like having either big paid events, like big like multi-instance paid events, kind of like it's a weird example, but kind of like Fortnite's concert that they did
With
with
the
Travis
Eminem
Scott. With
that they're gonna do?
Eminem and Travis Scott, I think there was something with Eminem recently, but Travis
Yeah, yeah.
Scott, they did a big, huge thing, like something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that in VR chat could be awesome.
Yes.
And I think it would be a good thing to try and invest in and do some research in. I'm not a numbers guy, I'm not a stats guy, but I just have ambition. So like, if you have,
can dream.
yeah, exactly. Like it'd be cool. It'd be very cool to see that. I would love to see the day where it's like, pay $5, you get to be in an instance that you get to see like a hologram of him. Pay $50, you get to be in the main instance, kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you want to pay for that premium experience, you can. And if you want to pay just to be there, you can. But it's not too expensive because that allows for. That's what I think is like the kicker is that it's virtual, so you don't have to pay people for setup of gear, you know, pyrotechnics, crew. You're just literally paying for a world, optimization, a staff team that's going to be running all the links, and I guess security, if you want to call it that, and that's it.
Probably. But if you would do this, you definitely. That's also one reason why it's not possible at the moment. You would also definitely need to have like the opportunity to have big ass instances with like
Exactly.
1, 2, 300 people in it, right?
Yeah.
But, like that's just not possible.
But that's why I bring up the thing of like the multi-instance. Like if you can find a
Or
way
that.
to sort of like put
They
a
actually they did want to sell premium tickets to the Searle event, but
Really?
they wanted to, I think, $15 or something to get into the main instance, but they weren't allowed to do that on VR chat side, right? Like, they actually didn't
really.
allow them to do that.
Wow. Okay.
Which-
Okay.
Which honestly, I'm glad that didn't happen, because imagine the shit show that would have happened. Like,
Oh
if,
my god.
if you
Yeah.
want, if you
True.
want to buy DEFCON tickets, you gotta be fast. But imagine buying tickets to a Searle concert where there's basically like 70 tickets available.
Jesus. Yeah, because then
Tickets are sold
imagine
in
the people who are
0.5
just
seconds.
like, oh, I'm gonna buy it because it's Cyril, and they don't even know what VR chat is, and
Oh,
like
and
the
then,
tickets
yes.
are gone. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So I'm glad they didn't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the future, if there's better opportunities, that could happen. Definitely.
Yeah. It'd be really cool to see. It would be really cool to see, because then it would prove that like, yes, it is possible to do something like that. But right now, as it stands, it's just like, you know, it's like theoretical science is like, as we stand right now, we can't do it.
Yeah.
We know how it would work, but there's just no way to
Kind
do
of.
it. Kind of. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're just talking about like the very dumbed down version of it too. Like, of course,
Yeah.
there's so much math, planning, statistics that have to be done, and everything else, budgeting, that would need to go into it, making essentially a real event, but in VR.
Oh, yeah.
Which is crazy. Um, but I think we are approaching the hour mark on our recording.
Oh,
So I
really?
think, yeah, we have been recording.
Time's going by fast, man.
Oh,
All right,
dude.
maybe towards the end, do we want to kind of talk about our past weekends, past gigs, or
Yeah.
something? Because
Yeah,
that's I think, something
so
fun we can always do. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I haven't had any real fun past gigs. The only thing that I can talk about right now would be look out for next RNG. I'll be playing a genre I've never played before, and it's funny enough that one of the harder DJs on there got a genre that is hard, but on the end of hard that they've never touched before, I guess is what I could say.
Wow.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting, but I have some events in December, but that's it. I haven't played anywhere recently. All my events were in October.
Yeah, right. You didn't do events this month.
Yeah.
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 What have you had?
Oh, I had some fucking bangers.
Oh yeah.
Not this weekend. This weekend was empty, but the weekend before that was fucking insane because that's when Semper Fusion played at Territorium.
Oh yeah.
Check out Semper Fusion, link below definitely. Fucking legendary guy. Next generation of uptempo.
For real.
And he played at Territorium, and I had the honor to do support DJ, which honestly was one of my most anticipated sets ever because I've been playing his songs in my sets for months at this point. And then like Turtle texts me, "Yo, Sammy, you want to be on the lineup with Semper Fusion?" And I'm like, "Holy fuck, yes, dude! You better believe I'm gonna be on there." And yeah, that was so much fun. And he's such a chill dude as well.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was cool talking with him for a few minutes. He was just really nice. I DM'd him actually after. He was also really chill.
Yeah, so did I. I was at the night. I was wasted.
Oh yeah.
I said,
I remember.
had a good amount of drink, and I went to Semper, and Semper was like, "Yo, yeah, I'm going to DEFCON next year, blah blah blah," and drunk Sammy was like, "Yo, Semper, you wanna join our friends camp? I met you half an hour ago."
Jesus Christ.
It was so fun though. We talked for a long time, yeah. And the day after that was Oxy's birthday at my club.
I missed most of it, and I fucking. It sucks because most of that event I was out IRL doing shit, so I was like,
It was pretty crazy. Yeah, my set sadly didn't record, but I played so many meme songs, German meme songs, in uptempo.
The only set I caught of that was Bart's set at which was the after party, or something like that. Yeah, because I asked Oxy.
He did a bit of overtime.
Yeah. I asked Oxy. I was like, "Is there gonna be an after party?" He's like, "Oh, this is the after party." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was super fun, and I played an only uptempo set there because I know Oxy's music preferences, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about music, were there any like releases that you?
Yes, there was one that came out. Was 10 days ago. N Virtual and Buryan, Deep in the Underground. Really good track that I saw.
Oh, is that the one? I am alone coming up from the underground. Is that one?
No.
Okay.
Not that one. No. That one's been out for like a minute now.
Okay.
This one, which is funny because I clicked on it and I was like, wait, 10 days ago, what did they make like a new one? But no, this is different.
Okay.
And yeah, no, really good track. My friend Endo showed me it, put me onto it, and I gotta say I'm much a fan, so I would definitely link that below. There's gonna be so many links below, but
yes, we need to listen back to the recording in order to remember what we need to link.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'd be like, you said you would link this and you didn't link it. Dislike.
Yeah. Dislike. Fuck you. Get fucked, loser.
But that's the only release I think is really cool that recently came out. Do you have any?
Oh yes, the Rebellion album.
Oh my
dude, I listened to that shit and I listened to it's 20 songs. So that's pretty massive.
20? Holy
Yeah,
shit.
but some of them are only like a minute long because there's also live edits in there.
Oh, okay.
I listened to these 20 songs and I didn't stop coming during the 20 minutes, man. It was so fucking crazy.
Just
like
a straight stream.
Yeah, that's the kind of raw style I love because it's like really pushing the boundaries and like really kind of merging with other genres. Fuck the Program is super fucking awesome. It's like
I'll have to
these
check that out after this.
It's really deep gated kicks. Like
Oh,
I love those are the best kicks for me personally. I think if you do gated kicks right, they can go harder than Za kicks even. I think if you do them right.
dude.
We definitely need to listen to that album together.
Yeah, we can do that. We can definitely do that because now I'm really intrigued.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now.
And yeah, so I feel like this year has been fucking amazing for raw style. We had the Crowdex album, we had the Rebellion album, and we had the Warface album. And the Rebellion album is really like the cherry on the top of it all. Like it's fucking crazy. I love it.
Yeah, dude. Fucking hell.
Check it out, guys.
So
And that's also like now their live act, the second dose ended because now the album came out and now it's like over. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do next.
yeah. I think a little while ago I saw Dr. Peacock said he released some new tracks that would be coming out, or he made some new tracks.
When is Trip to Germany coming out?
Oh,
He's
dude,
been teasing it for years.
for real. Oh, I just realized he hasn't made one of Germany.
No,
Holy
He's
shit.
been teasing it for years. He was like, "Yo, Trip to Germany is gonna be on my next album," and then Medication Time came out and it wasn't.
Oh my god. Medication Time's a great song.
Mm.
Fucking, I use that as my
But
opener.
I'm talking about the album.
Oh, yeah, okay. But still a great album.
Yeah. And the song is also very good. Yeah.
Yeah. Both very good. But yeah, I guess if that is all the latest releases we have to talk about, I guess then this will conclude our first episode of the podcast.
We still have the playlist.
Oh, right. The playlist.
So we thought because we don't just want to talk about the music, we also want to show you guys the music. So we're gonna do a Spotify playlist of like songs that we enjoy and gonna put them on there, like 2 songs per episode, I would say.
Yeah.
Kind of a good number. Do you have some songs you want to put on there?
Yeah, well, I was thinking I was gonna put this song on to start off because it's one of the newer ones that's out. Because
Oh, the Invite one?
Yeah.
Sweet. I have 2 songs that I want to put on there. Once again, massive shout out to Merles because I'm gonna put his song Fire and Ice on there. It's kind of a trancey, happy hardcore song, and I really love it. Or like it's like from Hypermanic, but Hypermanic is from Merles. Yes. And pretty different. I'm gonna put GPF Come Inside on because yes.
Of course.
Needs to be in
Of
there.
course, I knew it was coming.
Yes.
Pun intended.
Oh. Yeah, so those would be my picks.
But yeah, I'll put that at the very top of the description for each of these posts when they go out. So if you want to check out the playlist, it will be there. Under that will be all the people we've mentioned, and under that, all the rave communities we've mentioned. So yeah, go check those out. Do the little clicky clicks, the joins if you like them or are interested in them. If you join VTVR, at me and say hi, because I am also staff there. Love that place.
And I'm gonna be there as well because I love that place. I'm not
yeah,
staff
at Sammy
yet.
too. He plays there. Yes? Trademark? Soon? Trademark?
I don't know. I don't really have time.
Oh, well, if you get it, I'm sure we'd be happy to have you. But all that said and done, I think this concludes our first episode of the podcast, and I can't wait to see you guys after this has been posted. Link to our Twitter, and SoundCloud and YouTube's, as said before, right down below. And we will see you in the next episode whenever we decide that come out. We'll probably do this as like a monthly thing, at least once a month. I think is fair enough.
Twice a week, maybe.
Or twice. We could do twice a week or every 2 weeks.
Oh no, not twice a week. Every 2 weeks.
Yeah, every 2 weeks. I was about to say, wait, twice a week. Hold on.
every second week.
We're gonna run out of news within like the 3rd episode, dude. It's like, oh, okay,
No,
so
every second.
GPF breathed today. Thank you for watching.
Yo.
Big news,
So
big
half-hearted.
things. Big things happening in Deutschland.
Yes, and in America.
But yeah, see you guys later, and thank you for listening.
Mwah. See you guys.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.